Hello, my name's Dan. I've been teaching in the South Kansas City area now for this is my eighth year. I've been a band director now for 23 years, all the time in the central and eastern Kansas area. Currently live in Overland Park, which is again just south of Kansas City. So completely and totally. I think it was March 15th, I think was our last day of school, something in that area. We were supposed to go on to spring break, and they warned us that there might be a couple weeks where we didn't meet with students for a while, so we should encourage them to take all of their equipment home so that they can practice and perform from there because April is the month that we do all of our competitions, solos, ensembles, and large groups. So I didn't want the kids to have anything, have a situation where they couldn't rehearse from home and be prepared for all of our competitions. And it was right after spring break, which would be like I don't know, that would be the 22nd or something like that, that they decided that there wouldn't be any more school for the rest of the semester. So fortunately, my students had their stuff at home. The bulk of them had their stuff at home. So I immediately began planning for next year. And I found it to be maybe more productive for me to think ahead to next August and pick next year's marching show. So I did pick next year's marching show and got it on order. Really, everything has changed. I don't get to communicate and interact with the kids, of course, like normal. But I get some emails and communications from kids about how they're doing and stuff. But this isn't it. This isn't really what I'm supposed to be doing, really what any teacher's doing. But I think the fine arts have about the hardest pathway to try to continue doing what we're doing because so much of what we do isn't the music itself. It's around personal responsibility. It's about making the kids work together in such a way that we all are going for the same goal, and unfortunately, you just can't do that with online tests. So it's pretty tough to try to do what you do, but in this situation, you make do with what you're able to do, which in this case is just try to be prepared for next year, and we hope that next year will happen. Well, the only way that really can is by way of email and by way of the Google Classroom. And I try to touch base with them. Some kids are more interactive than others. Some kids want to tell me about what they're doing and so on. Some kids just want to get their tests and go on to do other things. I get that, so they're not getting a ton of pressure for me. Uh, there are the teachers who are forcing them to all come together as a class and chat on Google Hangouts or on Zoom or something, and that's just not my groove. I'm not much into that. So I interact with the kids who want to be interacted with, and I let the rest of them just do what they want to do. But mostly it's by way of the Zoom videos or Google Classroom videos. Gosh, I hate it. Really. I mean, I know a lot of my friends are happy to sit home and um, watch all of Netflix, every show on Netflix, or they like to play, learn a new instrument or something like that. I not very good at that kind of thing. So as far as me personally, I probably am working more hours. I'm as far as personal goes, I'm ready to be back out doing stuff. I miss going out to eat. I miss hanging out with our friends. It's just really tough to be at home for me personally. It seems as though our daughter, she's two, she likes it. She likes us being around all the time, and we take her to the sitter later and pick her up earlier, of course, whenever our work schedule allows it to be. And we take her outside and we go for a lot of walks and bike rides. And she likes to throw rocks in the creek, so we go down to the creek and throw rocks in the creek. So that's a good part of this, I guess.